Hey everybody, this is Stitch 1993 and welcome back to another toy hunt video. And today we're going somewhere special. This is the Atlanta Brick Company in Newnan, Georgia. And no, it is not a regular brick, it is a Lego store. More specifically, it's a second-hand Lego store. Now they do sell new Lego products, but the majority of their store is, or at least I would say probably about half of it, is older sets. And by older, I don't mean just stuff from like the past 10 or 15 years that have been discontinued, but going as far back as the 60s or whenever Lego really started becoming the company we know as today. So as you saw in the beginning there, just kind of walk into this unassuming store. It does have the Lego characters out front. It also has the Atlanta Brick Company's social information there, and you walk right in and you're just hit with a bunch of Lego sets. Here we see some of the now I'm gonna say I'm not that well versed on Lego sets as in what is current. I know some of them are, I think, Dreams and the Lego City Space series are prevalent, but I'm not following any as closely as I used to. Last one I was really into was, as you just saw, that Lego Dimensions there. And yeah, see, so you've got some, I believe these are the Lego system sets from the 90s. There's one of the dinosaur sets. I didn't have that one, but I did have one of those growing up. And yeah, we're just gonna sit back and I'm just gonna kind of go over the next 20 minutes or so of what I saw. And at the end, I'll show you what I got. So there are some Alpha Team figures there, and I do have that, I think it's like a Mosasaurus, or whatever that Blackfish is there. That was like one of my first Lego sets that I ever got growing up. I love that thing. I recently bought another one a couple years ago from this location here. Not that one specific. Well, that one specifically, it did not have the box, but it did come with the instructions. They also sell like their own kind of made up kits. So as you'll see, there's like Link and Naruto and Mario, and they're just their own little setups for, you know, series that have been long discontinued or have never been made at all, or at least yet. So yeah, and of course they don't say they're, you know, straight up the actual things. There's Leaf Ninja, there's Saiyan Warrior, the Link one I think was called Elf Boy, or Video Game Elf. Bunch of fun little sets there. They got some Five Nights at Freddy's there. And I did pick up that, hope he's not watching this, but I did pick up that Leaf Ninja set for my nephew for Christmas. And yeah, I do start shopping for Christmas very early. Earlier than better, because I've got a large family. Alright, so we get to the Knights set over here. I did grow up with one of the Knights figures. See that red one in the tower there? I had the blue one of that. I had that special container and everything. That was the only castle or Knights figure that I owned growing up. And I think my sister owns it now. So it's fine. It's not one I really was collecting. It's just kind of, you know, growing up and you had allowance, you'd buy it, and you were into Lego, you can afford, or at least I can afford, all the big sets. You kind of just could get whatever you could afford. So that one was like on clearance and I bought it. Here you can like look inside and see on the other end all their organization that's going on. I believe there was somebody inside. I don't think I could get the camera there to show. There is somebody like building the sets, making sure there's all the pieces there, swapping out what's missing. And then right underneath we got some like original Lego system sets there, and they are for sale. This is not just, you know, for a museum. You can, I mean, they're in a glass case, but they all have price tags on them, so you can tell one of the clerks, one of the people walking in the store floor that you want to purchase them, and they'll unlock the case and get it for you. We get this cool aquarium here. There's no fish in there. What you're supposed to do is do a coin drop, and there's all these little colorful Lego pieces hidden around there, and if your coin lands on one of them, see, like that one right there, then depending on the color that it lands on, or no, not even depending on the color, depending on the I think it's like a penny, nickel, quarter, dime, whatever lands on it, you can get like a free minifigure, or some free credit to the store, or like a some stuff. There's Lego Rock Raiders. I love that series. Their sets are so expensive now, and I don't even have room for them, for the big ones at least. But man, I would love to get my hands on some someday. Do have some Mixels. I believe they had some Mixels there. And right in the middle there, they had, like, I think some of the newer sets, or current sets, I should say. I did look at this one there because it looked very colorful. I don't know what series that's from. I didn't see a Lego City logo on there, so I'm not sure. I was surprised that there is more of these kind of classic sets, and this one caught my eye. We'll come back to this. I have the space, the giant blue ship. I'll show a picture here of it. I didn't know they made more of them, so I was like, ooh, and I love the color scheme. A lot of the boxes you'll see are from Toys R Us. I don't think they're affiliated with Toys R Us in any way, shape, or form. I think somebody just donated them to there, or they found them through eBay or whatever. So like some of the boxes will say from Toys R Us, which is kind of cool. In the front here, the checkout, you've got more of the memorabilia stuff like mugs and keychains. And of course they do sell stuff like hoodies, and later on we'll see shirts that all are the Atlanta Brick Company logo on them and Lego themed. And turning to right here, I believe this is where the restrooms are, but right in between them is a bunch of like the brick heads, and I guess some of the more interesting pieces. There's this map up here where you can put like a little one stud and say where you're from. So most of the U.S. or the Georgia area is filled up, of course. More space Lego sets. Again, I'm not sure if these, I think these are more classic sets. These look amazing. I love all Lego space sets. I'm really tempted to jump into the Lego City space series, but I don't have the room for them. They also sell movie props. It's a weird thing. So random, this screen from Civil War that Tony finds out Bucky offed his parents is available on display there, and I think you can purchase it. I did not know when I saw this that they had a Star Wars themed Lego bucket, and this isn't like one of the. They have a lot of Star Wars there, of course, because Star Wars is one of the biggest Lego brands. But I didn't know they made a tub. So here's an overview of almost the entire store. It's pretty big. In the middle there, where you saw a lot of the people congregating, there's this giant table, or like tables. Your Duplo people. Let's see if it has the ones I had growing up. I had a little black dog, that gray-haired guy with the plaid sweater, and this little red one in the overalls. Cute. Those came in a bucket. And Emily had the tiger. And Winnie the Pooh. I think, yeah, he's all out.
Yeah, they're all sold out already.
That was some audio from me looking at the Duplo figures there. As I was saying, there is a giant table where you can just fill up these little containers. As long as the lid closes on them, whatever is in there, I think it's like $5, $10, $15. I didn't go to the table this time. I probably should have at least gotten some footage, but oh well. In this little area, we've got, of course, the Duplo sets and a lot of the more Friends and Disney sets. They're both in the box and out of the box, depending on what you want to pay. Here's the shirts. I should have looked at the shirts more carefully, because apparently there was like a Rock Raider shirt in there that they like showing off on their like Facebook and stuff. I was like, I should have gotten that shirt. Here are these like small little packs, and so I'm aware of the Animal Crossing Lego series. I didn't know about that one. I always thought that was interesting, as it's never advertised. I haven't seen advertised with all the other sets there. So that is another series I'm aware of. I just don't collect. So I know of the video game ones like Sonic and the Mario series, and now just recently Animal Crossing, and of course they just announced the Legend of Zelda set. And then there's this is like just this giant collage of Lego figures and buildings and stuff, and I slowed it down because I should have filmed a bit more of it. But there's an angel on top of the Christmas tree, and well, I have no words for that. That is art. So yes, this giant collage of buildings there, and there is a mirror, but it does go kind of all around the store, or around this table in the store, and somebody pressed the button so that the lights could turn on, and the train could go, and there's a couple other little things moving. I'll show you some more of it as we go around this corner here. Beautifully built. There's a bunch of displays that are just beautiful, as we'll see throughout this ride here. So we got the train, and just kind of a hodgepodge of all different Lego building sets, including some Blacktron Legos, which are becoming really popular recently, probably because they're the best colors, honestly, in my opinion. Yep, there's the train. And then like literally right across from it is this giant castle place, and they had fun putting this together. As you see all the little skeletons trying to get into the castle there. Whoever did these displays, kudos to them, because they just put so much effort into these. There's more on the other side there. Wonderfully displaying these. I'm not sure if you are able to buy the displays in these. I'm sure you can. Yeah, see, there's some price tags there. I'm sure that castle there's quite a bit of money just because of how big it is. But as we go into more of the store, we see more displays. So a lot of their older stuff that probably people threw the boxes away of, they already have it pre-built. Most of the time they make sure that all the parts are there, all the minifigures are there, and then they will have some that are like in these cases that have at least the manual, or some have the box. I'm looking more for like that space set, like the Blacktron set. I also collect the Mars Mission. They do have a Mars Mission in here, but it's one I own already. Also, I'm looking for like a couple Galador figures, as well as like the early Bionicle figures, because I kind of want to get those again. But this is kind of ramping up for the holidays, so they're not as well stocked as they usually are. I mean, they still have a good bit of stock here, but I remember going here probably about a year ago, and they had a lot more of the 90s sets there. I think the 90s sets have just kind of just skyrocketed in popularity, so more people are keeping them or selling them on eBay, so they don't have as many, or at least they didn't have as many when I was there. So yeah, but they do have a good bit. We're now in like the DC area, so they got a good bit of the Batman stuff here, as well as other characters, but mainly Batman. Of course, they always have little displays if you would just want to buy the minifigures. And these are all priced to about what you would probably pay on eBay, maybe a bit below that. Of course, there's always the convenience of you can see it in person, you can look at it and make sure there's no pieces missing, And of course, make sure that it has the correct minifigure and there's no scuffs or anything, as well as you don't have to pay for shipping and handling. It's kind of around here. I just kind of it's part store and part museum to me, because look, so these are like classic like 80s Lego sets right here, 70s 80s Lego sets, and it's like just taking a little step back in time to Lego history there. Let me know what you guys like collecting. If you do collect Legos, speak down in the comments. What are you collecting currently or have collected in the past with Legos? What's your favorite Lego set? So we are getting to the shelves. It's a lot of Lego City. We'll get into the shelves that have the Bionicle and Galador. Again, they were a bit sparse this time. So those giant eyes and like cones, I had no clue what those were for the longest time. I was just like, what are these for? They're not costumes. I found out later they're pieces so that you can use them like if you've got in an area that snows, you can use them as the nose and eyes for a snowman, which I thought was pretty cute. And if it snowed a decent bit here in Georgia, I'm sure I would pick those up. But if we do get snow, it either melts right away or turns into black ice, and nobody likes that. So there's no real reason to pick those up unless you're like an avid Lego toy collector and you just gotta have literally everything. And of course, they've got some areas where if you just want one specific part or piece, they most likely have it. There's a bit more, you'll see there, a bit more of the people getting the pieces and the tubs. And then they just got some random stuff here, like they've got some ideas, they've got all these Lego sets I'm not familiar with. They do look cool to look at. Look, going back one time down the other end to get a better look at the Lego City. So if you collect Lego City, they have a good bit of that. Probably more than your usual store, maybe even usual Lego stores, depending on the size of the Lego store, of course. Yep, so there's the snowman set. There it comes in a mesh bag. Very cute. I must say it was busy there. Like there was a lot of people there, but it never felt crowded. Like there's a lot of walking around room. More space. I'm always enthralled in the space Lego sets here. 'Cause that's what I grew up on, was all the space or space themed Lego sets, and I include Bionicle in that. Even though I guess it'd be considered, I don't know, would you consider Bionicle fantasy or would you consider it sci-fi? Or would you consider it both? There's some, I think those are Dreams Lego sets. And then we're getting into more of the theme stuff. So I think we're getting into like the Warner Brothers and, yep, the Harry Potter stuff. And I don't collect Harry Potter, but it's kind of cool seeing all these sets from, from the 2000s and now. And they even took the time to put all these little decorations up at the top there with the floating candles and the flags and everything. And some in the box. I think these are all like the newer sets. And then we got some random stuff here, mostly Marvel, some DC. Some more display cases. Here's a better look at what that inside of the castle looks like. Look at that. That is amazing. All the minifigures up top and everything. Just So, you know, if you took a picture, you could do an I Spy game with it. Some old Technic sets. Probably some of the first Technic sets, honestly. The ones in the canisters, that's what I remember Technic being, was the ones in the canisters. Yep, here's the newer stuff like the Lego Dreams and Monkey Kid. I'm not familiar with Monkey Kid. Ninjago, my nephew's big into Ninjago. Plus, I grew up with the television show, so I am aware of Ninjago. I know, or you know, what it was, beginning with like the basically like TMNT, but with Legos, and then it kind of just spun in. I mean, it's like TMNT meets, I don't know, Thundercats. So that was it. And then I almost didn't buy anything there outside of the Lego set for my nephew. But then at the very end, we got to the checkout and I saw they had a clearance section. And I didn't take any footage of it, so you'll just have to believe me. But there's this giant metal crate right as you are in the entrance there to your left. And it was like, hey, here's discounted Lego sets. They're in bags. They do have the instructions, but they're not in the box. We can't guarantee all the pieces are there. These do not include minifigures. And it was like 35% off whatever the sticker price was. So I went digging. And remember that Blacktron set I saw earlier? That cool space one? Well, they had one. And I was able to piece a good bit of it together, and I was like, well, whatever it is missing, I can just take from my giant tub of Legos at home to put on it as a substitute. And then I got home, and of course it didn't have the minifigure, but it had everything. It had the ship, it had the little robot, it had all the little guns and wing flaps and just everything. It was like 99% complete, minus the Lego figure. And that's fine, because I have a slew of space-themed Lego figures that will fit right in with it. And I ended up paying, I think, like $10 for this Lego set. And that was great. So definitely check out the Atlanta Brick Store. It is in Newnan, Georgia. As you saw at the beginning, they had all their social information, so check them out. I think they have a YouTube channel. I know they're on Facebook. They might have a TikTok. Then let me know what your thoughts are on the Atlanta Bricks store. And did you see any sets that you have been eyeing for and saw them there? They do have an online store as well. I'll leave the link in the information below, so you can check them out. And until next time, thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.